We're going to move now to Margaret Brennan, our senior foreign affairs correspondent and moderator of Face the Nation. Also Michael Morell, former deputy CIA director, and now our CBS News senior security contributor. Margaret, what happens now?
Well, the president gave himself a lot of wiggle room today. He said, I may stand up here in 6 months and say, hey, I was wrong. So he's given himself some room there. He also gave the North Koreans room to maneuver as well. Next up, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has to become a salesman. He's going to South Korea to try to explain what was agreed upon in the room that wasn't on that written statement that was released to all of us. Then he goes to China, and of course, they have the most leverage over North Korea, and he'll speak to their leadership about making North Korea follow through on what they at least say are said to have agreed upon in the room. But diplomats say there is still a lot of detail yet to be determined. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and National Security Advisor John Bolton will meet again with the North Koreans next week to hammer out those details.
Michael, in your estimation, what did the president achieve at this summit?
Jeff, this was a diplomatic win for the United States, but we are far from a strategic win. It was a diplomatic win because it was the best possible outcome of the summit. Shared objectives to denuclearize and an agreement to continue the negotiations. We're far from a strategic win because there are immense details to work through. And there was nothing, to drive home that point, Jeff, there was nothing that the North Koreans agreed to in Singapore that they have not agreed to before, including in the early 1990s. And those talks over specifics ultimately broke down.
Margaret, the president dropped out of the nuclear agreement with Iran because he said it wasn't strong enough. That took 2 years to work on. So I think one of the questions here is, what will the benchmarks for success be now?
Well, denuclearizing North Korea is far more complicated, not only because they actually have nuclear weapons, something Iran didn't have, but as you say, it took Iran and the U.S. and their partners about 2 years to negotiate that agreement to ship out 97% of their enriched material and to freeze their nuclear development. North Korea already has usable nuclear material. They have the delivery mechanisms. They have the ballistic missiles. They have also claimed to have tested a hydrogen bomb more powerful than the one that was used in Hiroshima. So there's a big unknown for U.S. intelligence here, which is still, while they believe they have the ability to deliver and they have nuclear material, can they actually successfully launch a weapon? And that's why inspectors need to get on the ground.
Okay, some great analysis tonight with Margaret Brennan and Michael Morell. Thanks to both of you.